Okay, we're going to record a little more because I think everything I recorded up until now, I had the external mic on and not the microphone inside my helmet on my SMH10. So, it's going to be a test. I'm just going to talk a little to myself and see if this one sounds different than everything else I recorded already today. Okay, I'll talk about the bike some more since I'm pretty confident that my other videos I recorded are not going to be able to hear anything. I am on a 2008 Victory Vegas Low. That's what it started off life as when I got it. It had different bars, different windshield. It was cherry red. Very uncomfortable for me to ride at 5'10". So we did some mods. Starting at the front fender, 21-inch steel fender off eBay. Cut and shaped it a little bit, made it fit the Vegas. Memphis shades up front, lowers, fairing, spoiled windscreen that I cut down. I bought a 9.5-inch or 9-inch, and it was way too big. Cut it down to as little as I could get it, and I still get good wind coverage. She got painted. She is Eastwood, underhood black. I have some Harley bags, 6-inch stretched, with a Harley tour pack, all eBay Chinese fiberglass bags, none of it's really Harley stuff, all painted to match, put on this year. Took it out today to see how it is. Feels a lot different. Got new brakes in the rear, new pads up front. I went from radial oversized tires back to stock size bias ply Shinko's 777s. So far so good. I mean, it does feel a little different. The tires are still new, and I haven't rode since October. The bike's been down, so I haven't pushed it too hard or anything. Just kind of out, taking it easy, making sure nothing comes loose. I'm sitting on a Mustang seat, 2 inches up, 2 inches back. Makes the bike a lot more comfortable. Got rid of that low seat. Rear shock is a kingpin shock. Brought me up an inch, gave me a little extra capacity. The bike is, with the bags empty and everything on it, me on it, it's probably set up right. The second I put a passenger on or load up the bags, I'm probably too heavy. But that's probably most riders, my size, that are out and about, touring and stuff. They're probably way too much for what the bike's rated at. So right now we're pulling into the downtown Joliet, Illinois area. Kind of where I started my videos this morning. Get a little bit of the downtown area here before I get back to where I'm going. I don't live too far from here, so this will be short. What else can I say about the bike? I'm probably going to reshoot a whole walk-around video again if the first one didn't work out. Performance mods, it's got an aftermarket exhaust, Canon air filter. I removed the exhaust sensors, what people always call mochi sensors, and they're not. They're just a thermistor that reads the exhaust temp and keeps the enrichment setting in until the bike warms up. I pulled those so I'm running richer all the time, and that's because I'm confident that the bike was never tuned for the pipes or the K&N. I see my gas mileage go down a little bit. Did that last year. The bike ran fine, probably a little cooler in the summer. And and also got a only mod I did performance-wise was a Lloyd's quarter turn throttle ring, which you probably want. I mean, I've had a quick throttle on about everything I've had, and if anything, if you're never gonna ride it hard or go off the line hard, is you don't have to twist your wrist as much, and you kind of your wrist kind of calibrates to it after a while, and you just kind of get used to it. And if you have to go full throttle, you're just not twisting your wrist as much. So a lot of stuff on here is budget. I got some inexpensive light bars on my crash bars with LEDs for turns. I got eBay fork-mounted LED lights for turns on the front. A set of like 3-inch round fog lights that I picked up on eBay that have been on there for about a year and a half. Still working pretty good. They're mounted next to the headlight. The bike is bright, man. If I'm out in a group and we're at night, a bunch of cruisers, even the Harley Daylighter guys are, why don't you lead? Because I got that much light on the front. The ones on the crash bar really light up the sides of the road and everything, so when I leave early in the morning to commute to work, I'm not worried about deer coming out in front of me or anything. I can see them in there pretty far. So yeah, we'll tour a little bit more Joliet, Illinois before we get to Lockport, Illinois. What else can I say about the Vegas here? I got it. A lot of people give me shit for doing the upgrades I've done and everything. The bags and making more of a touring bike. I got this bike pretty cheap. Needed a little bit of work. There was an issue with the title. So I was able to pick it up cheap, get the title issue fixed, fixed a couple things, and I was on the road for less than $3,200, about 2.5, almost 3 years ago, which at that time was a few grand probably cheaper than most of them were going for. That's probably still the case. So I probably have double in that now. With the seat, the fairing, the bags, and everything, it all adds up. But I'm still way cheaper than a new bike. I'm less expensive than a touring bike at this age in a Victory. So Crossroads or Cross Country, one of those two, whichever one I compare it to. I'm still way cheaper to get one of those. Now I got a little bit smaller engine. It's a 100. Those bikes came with a 106. It's a 2008, and the 100 in 2008, from what I read, is the least powerful of the 100s. They changed some stuff from 2007 to 2008, probably to make it more reliable. Lots of little power. But then in 2009, I heard that they changed a couple things, and it makes a little bit more. We're talking small numbers, though. For me, I mean, I'm not drag racing, and you probably really can't tell the difference. I'd rather be more reliable than squeezing every last little horsepower out of it, because they make a lot. You go cams and tune and intake and open up the exhaust, and they make a lot of power. But I just want to cruise and hammer out miles, so I don't want the bike getting hot. I want it to be reliable, so I'm pretty happy with the performance it puts down to the road. Here's one of the other things I did last fall was I picked up a Kingpin fender, a company out of Florida, a salvage company. It was dinged a little bit, pressed in a little bit in the back, but overall it was pretty straight. I hammered out a couple dents, straightened out the rear where it probably had backed into something in the garage or someone backed into it, and then did all the no body work. I shaved off the signals since I wasn't going to use them. Welded that all up. Got a Kingpin LED 12-volt tail light. This is 2008, so they were still running the single LED 3-volt light. I had already had the conversion because I had a 12-volt on my Vegas fender, and added that in there. It's got a custom dynamics flashing module for the Victory Vegas, so that's just popped in. It's pretty decent. The lights and everything I put on the tour back are all Chinese knockoff Harley stuff, just like the tour back. They're not very bright. To get them to go with the bike, kind of match. I ride them in smoke vinyl anyway, so they are pretty dark when you look at them. But I figure they're just there for marketing lights and just a couple of running lights so you can see me. Got all of them on the pack hooked up to the brake light, so I got no turns up there. But all three come on when the brakes come on. Still not much of a difference. Don't have them hooked up to the flasher. But I got a set of custom dynamic True Flex 8-inch LED strips. They are in bright. They come with a resistor, probably to run through the resistor for your running lights, which I didn't hook up. And then you can run around it, the resistor, I guess for a turn or a brake, whichever you're going to use it for. I'm probably going to hook them up to the brake, and I'm probably going to hook them up to the strobe, and put the resistor back in, because just running, and then you hit the brake in the center Kingpin light. I mean, I don't know how bright it's going to be at far away. I don't even know if you can tell them on my brakes with those other lights going. So that's one thing I'm going to have to change, and next time I take the seat off and everything, I got to reroute some wires and stuff to get it done. I got one strip with a couple LEDs out that I got coming on under warranty. So once I change that, maybe I'll do the whole complete rewire. We'll see. Well, we're pulling into Lockport now. Not too far from downtown Joliet. No one will probably ever hear or see this video. Just kind of testing the microphone. Hopefully the one from earlier turned out and you can hear the walk around. Maybe I'll post that. I don't know.